What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fit, Healthy, and most of all, Happy podcast. I am your coach and host, Josh, here with
his co-host and co-coach, KG, and I'm in the house.
Today, we're giving you the insider secrets on how to burn body fat fast. And this is going to be a step-by-step guide coming from two online fitness coaches that have helped generate over 4,000 life-changing transformations. And we're going to give you the secrets and just the brass tacks of what you need to know to actually lose body fat and lose it for good. So the first thing I want to say about losing body fat, losing weight, the second you hear losing body fat, your mind just goes to exotic places. You think fat burners, you think being in the sauna for forever, you think starving yourself, you think taking crazy supplements. Wherever your mind goes, or you think only eating clean food or cutting things out, cut all of this completely out. Change your mentality to focusing on the pyramid or the stool. So this is how me and Kyle break down fitness. We believe there are three big pinnacles of fitness. And if you think right now you're sitting on a chair or something, usually it's got four legs, but in this case, think of a stool that has three legs. And these three legs are nutrition, training, as well as just lifestyle factors. We're going to just group it as that, and we'll get more into what those are. But on the stool, if you take away one of those legs, it's going to be very hard to sit. It's going to be very uncomfortable. You're going to be balancing yourself. It's not going to work well. If you have one leg, you're going to fall right on your butt. And that's why with health and fat loss and really having a lean, healthy, strong body, it is so imperative that all three areas of your life are controlled and managed. And you don't need to be perfect here. They just need to all be intact. It's okay if one isn't screwed on all the way or whatever it is. And our goal for you is to really focus on these three. And by changing your mentality away from all this fluff of supplementation and quick fixes and special exercises and really focusing on the core of what matters, this is how we're going to be able to get to our step-by-step guide that we're going to follow after we walk you through each leg and what to focus on within it. And if you're serious about losing fat, this is the first biggest thing you need to do. You need to change that mentality. There are no quick fixes. There is no, if you skip breakfast, if you do intermittent fasting, this isn't what you need to do. You need to focus on the fundamental and just the overall macro of your journey and looking at all of these three different areas. And now let's go ahead and jump into them. And with fat loss in general, most people are really just going to have their mind on nutrition. So I'll let Kyle take it away with some of his biggest pointers there.
Yeah, nutrition is the one that I feel like most people slip up on, and it's really holding a lot of people back. And even for myself, putting together this free guide recently, I spent a lot of time, like the first few pages, like maybe 10 pages, are a lot of nutrition tips. And the reason is because that's the most important thing. That's the thing that is going to make the biggest difference, but also it's holding most people back on their journey. So simply put, like if I were to give you one thing that will absolutely change the game for you, help you burn fat faster, and help you keep it off for good while learning a lot of habits so you can succeed for the rest of your life, it would just be to log your food. Truthfully, downloading one of those apps, they're free. It not only helps you for the short term, but it helps you understand so much for the rest of your life. Like having the ability to go into a restaurant, to be able to go into a grocery store, go wherever it is, not only have I had the accountability from it, but I can look at anything and understand what's going to be full of protein, what's going to be probably not the best option for me calorie wise. Like there's so much knowledge that's been gained versus some other coach who sends you a meal plan and says, hey, have fun with it for the next 6 weeks. Like there's two differences. Like, yeah, both of them could get you to a certain spot in 6 weeks or 12 weeks and help you lose fat, but one of them is going to teach you a lot, help you understand more, help you make better decisions with your family, for social life, for long-term, success. So simply put, if you were to do one thing and one thing only, it would be to log your food and keep track of all the data as accurately as possible. Now, there's so many other things. Simply eating healthy whole foods, that's going to help you make better decisions. It's going to help you fill up on the right stuff. It's going to help you eat less calories because you're going to be more full and because you're going to be choosing healthier options. Having 1 gram of protein per pound that you weigh. So if you're 170 pounds and you'd aim to have around 170 grams of protein, roughly around that. If you have slightly less, that's totally fine, but I like to aim for 1 gram per pound that you weigh because it's nice and simple and it's just an easy formula as well. Drinking more water, One of the biggest things past that, and I don't have to spend too much time on water because you all know we should be drinking more water. It's going to help us, our skin. It's going to help us be more hydrated. It's going to help us feel fuller. There's so many incredible benefits tied to fat loss with drinking more water, and also drinking more water versus like drinking pop and like having juices and all that stuff will help us keep our calories down. But one thing is, within this whole fitness journey, having the mindset of like cheat meals and cheat days, like I find a lot of people get held back from that. So simply put, when you log your calories and you allow for flexibility, you allow yourself to have some fun food, whether it's, an ice cream bar that you wanted to include, like you're allowing yourself to learn more about being able to stay on track, succeed, have fun, and hit your calories while incorporating fun foods versus just having that all or nothing mindset where it's like, it's the weekend, I'm going to have some cheat days. And you guys probably know our stance by now on that, but it's one of those like really big things that I find holds people back. And I still to this day hear people talking to the gym like, oh, Sunday is a cheat day, or, it's the weekend. So like, calories don't count. It's my birthday. Like, so these are the things that hold a lot of people back. I'm sure Josh has quite a few more things to say about nutrition, but these are the things that I wanted to cover here.
Yeah. And once again, just to surmise, if you're looking to maximize your success with nutrition, simply logging food really encompasses all that, because it's going to give you the awareness and the data to actually make sure you can make meaningful change towards fat loss, to actually enter a deficit and see that change. Now, within this, the most powerful of the nutrients is protein. Protein helps you feel satiated, which is satisfied and full with your food. It'll provide you with energy and it will help you build muscle and burn more fat. From that, it's about being consistent, drinking water, staying hydrated, and really just working on your relationship with food. Obviously, this is a very complex topic, but I did want to give you the key steps to success. And these are the things you're fundamentally going to focus on. And I just want to say before I jump into training, if you want a free guide that will cover this in more detail and is really going to walk you through how to lose fat, we have a free fat loss guide, no strings attached. Kyle spent a lot of time making this because he really wanted to have a really amazing piece of content that broke this down and showcase some of the value of our process. So if you want to take advantage of this, we're giving this away totally free for this month only. So don't miss out on your opportunity to get this. It's likely will be for sale later for money. So if you just want to get this totally free, don't miss out. It'll be the first link in the bio of this episode. You can go ahead and grab that, and that'll be a great companion to this. We also have the show notes, of course, in just available to you there. But next up is training. So I love the attitude of train and saint or remain the same. And what I mean by this is too many people will go to the gym for years and look exactly the same. And that's because they are burning calories, not actively stimulating their muscles and producing growth. If you're stopping 10 exercises short of failure, you're really not going to be doing too much to actually develop and grow your muscles, and you're going to plateau very quickly. In the gym, you do have to push yourself. It's uncomfortable, but there should be some struggle. You should be slowly improving with the amount of weight you're using, the quality of your pumps. These are things that really need to be focused on. This could be a whole separate episode, but this is something you want to consider. You want a structured routine that is periodized, that has progressive overload, and that has key movements to actually help you produce muscle. You want to focus on building strength. This is a very natural way to enforce progression, just like you could add progression of volume in the gym as well. It's another fantastic opportunity. But adding strength is a very natural way to do this, because as you get stronger, you should be lifting more weight to create more muscle breakdown so that can heal, so you can get bigger and stronger, and more muscle makes it easier to have less fat. From that, another thing within training and exercise in general, you're not going to have to do consistent cardio. This can be a great tool that can help with fat loss, but I find people get really in a groove of like needing to do consistent cardio, being really obsessive of it, and it can really be a shortcoming because you just have this attitude of I need to do more. You're going to burn yourself out, and it's going to be very hard to train hard and have great mental focus to actually hit your calories and be on top of it. So instead, I love the adage of just getting to 10,000 steps a day. It's a great way to regulate activity. That'll be pretty uniform in getting you to do movements and exercise to actually hit that goal. So that is 100% what I would recommend for training. So quite simply, being on a great routine, challenging yourself, living an active and healthy lifestyle, and really just finding fun ways to move fitness and activity into your life. So those are the big ones there. And then the third pillar, I'll let Kyle take it away for.
Yeah, third pillar is just going to be stress, lifestyle, sleep, all these things that a lot of people don't think about, because I feel like very often, it's just commonly thought, hey, if I want to lose body fat, if I want to build muscle, if I want to improve my physique, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to crush my workout, I'm going to maybe go for some runs. Like it depends. So I think there's three schools of thought. There's like some people who are like that all or nothing mindset, like thinking of keto and thinking of all these supplements, all this stuff that Josh had mentioned at the very start. Like that's usually like kind of the worst case scenario. And it's just a lot of people thinking short term and just like these pills and all these other, aspects. Then there's the kind of the second group where it's like people are like, hey, crush my workouts, hit nutrition. That's awesome. That's all I need. And that's the only thing that matters. And then there's this third group where it's like you're focused on like every part of your journey, like becoming the best version of yourself in every area, stress management, meditation, sleep, like just every single part is being optimized. And these are the people who see the best results possible. Because if you're just constantly, and there's not too many people who do this, but if you're constantly beating yourself up at the gym, you're training insanely hard and you're eating as much protein, you're doing some great stuff, but then like the other areas aren't being covered and you're just not sleeping well and you're never recovering properly. And then you're just like a constant stress case, like it's still going to be very hard to lose fat and just feel your absolute best day to day, which I know a lot of people are striving for. So to me, this is probably the most overlooked portion because everyone's got busy lives, work's potentially stressing you out. You've got a lot of things going on with family and everything like that. And I really encourage you to set aside time to just become the best version of yourself with every aspect of this, having a nighttime sleep routine, getting some dark what's it called? Just blackout shades, just to make sure that you're like not having tons of light come in, like, making sure that you're not checking your phone for hours before bed. Like really spend time thinking about how you can become the best version of yourself with this. And I guarantee you'll end up getting way better results and just feeling your absolute best. And what a lot of people don't realize, like, is if they're trying to eat better, trying to eat, just healthier whole foods, but then they're sleeping 2 hours a night, you don't realize how much this will actually impact you, because within what's happening with your body is you'll start to crave unhealthier foods that aren't as good for you, and then you'll crave less healthy foods that are good for you. And you're thinking, oh, I'm training so hard, I'm trying so hard, and you're wondering what's going on. It's because of these external factors that you're not taking into consideration. And even for this guide that I put together, I made sure to spend a lot of time on these external factors because I know it makes such a big difference and it's holding so many people back. So, pay attention to this stuff, have some great planning. And I honestly find that having accountability is one of the greatest things to help you out, because when you have someone by your side who's willing to take care of you, who's going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, and an actual game plan, it makes such a big difference. So make sure, get some people on your side, get a coach, get people to, support you who are doing the same thing as you. And I promise you, it'll speed up the process for you.
Yeah. Now with this tool, once again, you can't be missing one of these things. You need to put some effort. So maybe your training and nutrition is great. If you're stressed out of your mind, you're getting horrible sleep, you're not going to see the results you want. It's going to be very hard to burn fat. Just the same if you train hard, you have good lifestyle management, but your nutrition sucks, same situation. If your nutrition's great and you have really great lifestyle management, you will lose fat, but your physique isn't going to look good because you're not going to have any composition. So now that we know the cores of what are important, the fundamentals, and really just the key factors in general that we wanted to focus in on, I want to give you my step-by-step process to actually lose this fat and see success. So first and foremost, sit down, have journal, spend some time thinking, go on a walk, go take a long shower, and brainstorm. Set goals and time frames. Start now, don't start in a week, and say how much fat would you like to lose by which date? What is realistic? So if you wanted to lose 10 pounds in 10 weeks, that would be 1 pound a week minimum. In that first week, you would start really just taking action on everything we've outlined and shared with you here, and you'd want to make sure to see that pound of loss. If you saw 2 pounds of loss, fantastic, you're ahead, you can keep going. If you've seen less, you need to readjust and make sure you are in a deeper deficit to actually see that fat come off. Past that, you need to really accept and make a new version of yourself. You can't be the same old version of you who didn't see this fat loss, who tried things, didn't see success, got fed up, and then tried to do a quick fix. failed at that too, and then gave up once again. You need to say, this is a new version of me. I'm going to exercise more. I'm going to apply myself to nutrition more. I'm going to overcome the excuses of not being able to get enough protein. I'm going to really prioritize it and make sure to budget it out and do more learning. So really important that you say this is the V2 version of yourself and you accept into that. Now from here, you need to be consistent with the plan. It's going to be really fun the first week. You're going to be really charged up and excited, maybe the second two, and then events are going to come up. It's going to be less exciting, less spicy, but you got to stick to it, because on the other side of that, 1 pound a week sounds manageable, and it absolutely is. 10 weeks later, to be 10 pounds down is a phenomenal jump forward in progress, especially if you are putting on muscle. We always like to guarantee within our coaching, we just get the best results possible. And doing 20 pounds of fat loss with 10 pounds of muscle is totally doable within a 3-month time frame. So if you really push yourself, you'll be amazed at the changes you can see. And the only way to know if you're actually seeing positive change, because it's real easy to feel like you're doing things right and just say, I think I'm doing better, is to actually monitor your progress. We like to monitor progress by taking photos, doing measurements, and doing daily weigh-ins. This gives us a lot of data to make sure we are moving in the right direction and to help us gauge if we need to make any necessary changes. Past this, it's rinse and repeat and find ways to get better. So you'll repeat this cycle. Maybe that 10 pounds is down. You'll set new goals. You'll manage expectations. You'll find new gaps. You'll improve strengths. You'll limit weaknesses. And just remember, nothing will change if nothing changes. So we've literally given you everything you need to know to see results, to see change. And once again, totally free. We have a fat loss guide available in the bio. Don't miss out on this, because this is going to give you even more insight into everything. And especially if you're someone who's visual and you like guides and examples and charts, we have a lot of great content there. And Kyle spent a lot of time getting this done. He paid a graphic designer. So absolutely killer, totally free. We just want to give you that as a gift for being a listener. We really hope you enjoyed today's episode. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.